Hello, fellow humans. Chris here again. So today, I'm gonna do a hopefully short follow-up to my last video. Gonna respond to a comment. Started responding uh, in writing, but sometimes it's just easier to kind of speak these things out. And unfortunately, as I've said before, I still have an exclusive enough of a subscriber count to where I can make videos to individual comments. Hopefully, there will come a day when I won't be able to do that anymore. But for now, sometimes it gives me good material. So um, if you didn't see it, I'll put a link and it'll be on the suggested videos at the end of this video. I did a video on the quote war on Christmas and the issue of Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas. And I got a comment, a very thoughtful and strongly worded comment, but still kept it respectful. So I appreciate that. For the most part, was respectful. Um, but I wanted to address it because I realized that my message was really not being understood. Either that or, sometimes people just kind of operate in bad faith. But I like to think that's not what's happening here. I'd like to think that it's just an honest misunderstanding. Basically, um, the problem here is that the person seems to think that I am attacking Christmas, um, which is ironic because actually the whole point of what I'm talking about is people who are unhappy with the use of Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas, which absolutely those people do exist. I have worked with them personally. I know some of them now. As I've mentioned just before, I am in the military. I know people who, when the military, like as an element, an entity, wishes Happy Holidays, there are certain people that I know who will correct that to Merry Christmas. And I made a distinction in the video that I'm not talking about simply responding with Merry Christmas. There's a certain type of nuance and the way it's directed to where it's actually intended as a correction. So I'm not talking about simply responding with Merry Christmas. There is absolutely a subgroup of people who are offended by the use of Happy Holidays. Okay, so that was what I'm talking about. And I said in the video, I personally don't care, like what people say to me. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, whatever. I just don't care. I mean, I've celebrated Christmas my entire life. A lot of people may not know, but my grandfather actually was Santa Claus. Don't know if a lot of people know that, but I've got the proof right here. So yes, my grandfather was Santa Claus, and I do celebrate Christmas. A point that came up in the comment was that I should acknowledge that what I really care about is the message of Jesus, and sort of bring it all together in that, religious or not, which I'm not religious. My family's not religious, but we did grow up celebrating Christmas. It is a cultural thing, absolutely. It's not just a religious thing. That I really care about the message of Jesus, and that's what brings everybody together. That's the power of Christmas itself. That's why we sort of have a social contract in a sense that we kind of all celebrate. It's a national holiday. Everybody gets the day off for the most part. Yeah, I mean I've grown up in this country. Like I get it. I know how that works. And yeah, I mean that's true. I would like to think that people that celebrate Christmas really do believe in Jesus' message. I don't know if that's true or not. I think that there are a lot of people who profess to be Christians, but at the end of the day, they tend to kind of cling to the values of the Old Testament more than the New Testament. And I would say that the message of the Old Testament is a little different than the message of the New Testament. I try to live in a way that I would think is Christ-like. There's a lot of passages that I like. The meek shall inherit the earth. Was always one that I liked. It's more difficult for a person to go through the eye of a needle, or a camel to go through the eye of a needle, than it is for a rich person to get to heaven. One that I've always favored, actually, is Matthew 25:40, depending on which version you read. Basically, inasmuch as you treated the least of these my brothers was how you treated me. And, I think that speaks for itself. I think that the idea of how we treat the least among us says a lot about who we are as a society. I feel really strongly about that one. I think that Jesus was a socialist. If you want my honest opinion on that one, just like Martin Luther King Jr. was a socialist, very Christ-like. Universal health care, doesn't want poverty, anti-war. Again, just that value of caring for the least among us. That, to me, that's ideally, yes, that would be what Christmas is all about. And if Christmas is a holiday that inspires that in people, then great. The problem is, there's a commercialization that happens with the holiday, and I find it a little bit ironic that there are people who will boycott businesses if they don't say Merry Christmas, if they say Happy Holidays. But the thing about it is, businesses don't make decisions based on morals. Like, they don't have a moral ethical code. They're not pro LGBTQ. They're just pro making a lot of money. And when the tide turns to where the majority of their clientele is in support of LGBTQ, then they'll advertise that way. So if a company says Merry Christmas, they're doing it to get you to buy their stuff. They're doing it to get you to buy their stuff, and in order to get you to buy their stuff, they are using your treasured holiday. They're commercializing it, literally. They're using it to try to make money. A good analogy for me would be like the American flag. Now, I've had videos on this topic. I've had one particular video that kind of blew up, and but I've also said that I will always stand for the national anthem. I will always either put a hand over my heart or I will render a salute, depending on the context, and I just always will. But that doesn't mean that I don't get why somebody else might not. I understand that. But why I bring up the flag is because the flag gets used commercially, and that's not. I don't support that. That's actually against the code, by the way. So, as much as I may support the flag itself, I don't support it being used to make money for businesses, and it absolutely gets used for that. And Christmas gets used for that too. And so, at its core, for people like us who celebrate Christmas and who it has a deep and real meaning for, I think we should kind of be aware, at least, of the way it gets used to sell you stuff, and to recognize that if a company stops saying Merry Christmas in lieu, or and instead says Happy Holidays or whatever, they're just doing that for the bottom line. It doesn't really mean anything. The main point, and anecdotally, and I did say this in the video as well, that this was anecdotal, is that I see people who take issue with using Happy Holidays. I don't really see people. I personally haven't seen a lot of people that take offense to Merry Christmas, but I have been corrected before, in specific contexts, for saying Happy Holidays and been told that I should say Merry Christmas. I've definitely been told that. The main crux of the point that I was getting at, again, not saying that one thing is wrong and one thing is right, or there's something wrong with it, that I found it ironic that you would be that you would believe in the all-encompassing, all-inclusive phrase like "all lives matter," but not be such a fan of a phrase like "Happy Holidays." And I kind of mentally explore the reasons for that, and the only thing that I kind of come up with is that people cling to what makes them feel comfortable, and we feel all warm and fuzzy when we say Merry Christmas, and maybe we don't want to hear people say Happy Holidays because we believe that the other holidays aren't as culturally significant or important or equal to what we celebrate. And maybe there's a little bit of projection there. So when people say Black Lives Matter, that is exclusive and exclusionary of other people, other cultures. It kind of feels like there's a little bit of projection there. That if Black Lives Matter bothers you because it excludes other people, then why would saying Happy Holidays be a problem? Because Happy Holidays is just including everybody. Again, I said before, I don't care. I mean, I don't care what people say. I've been saying Merry Christmas all my life. I don't really take an issue with either one. I've only heard people be upset that people said Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. That's the thing that I keep hearing people take issue with. That's their issue. It's not mine. Anyway, so I am going to leave that there for now. I hope that what I said made some sense. I am going to be putting out videos over the next week that are pre-recorded, and they're going to be timed. So I'm not going to be answering comments if there are comments. And if they're not super timely with the events of the day, that's why. I'm actually going to be away for a little while with my family celebrating Christmas. Shh. So I hope everybody has blessed holidays and a very Merry Christmas. And I will catch up with you all again after the holidays. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for the words, as always. And remember, don't be afraid to question the consensus.